Niche just ranked the best suburb in America to raise a family. And separately, they ranked the best city in America to raise a family. Both of them are right here in the Chicago suburbs, and they are two completely different places. The gap between those two answers is the most useful thing you will learn before you pick your town. Here is what is happening. Clarendon Hills, a village of about 8,600 people southwest of the city, just took the #1 spot for best suburb to raise a family in the entire country. 3rd year running, and it genuinely earned it. Top schools, very low crime, the kind of tight-knit community where people actually know their neighbors. But separately, same publication and same year, Niche ranked the best city in America to raise a family. #1, you ask? Naperville. Also 3rd year running. #1 city to raise a family, #1 city to buy a house in America. Two #1s, same metro, same publication, same year, different towns. And here's why. The two lists are answering two completely different questions. The best suburb list is optimizing for something very specific, small, exclusive, pristine, and established. Clarendon Hills is 8,600 people. Kildeer, #7 on that list, is about 4,000. Western Springs, #9 on the list, and it has a few thousand more. Beautiful towns, all of them, but they are tiny and they are priced accordingly. $800,000 to well over $1 million for a typical home. The best city list is asking something different. Where do families with kids actually thrive? Real schools, real community, a home they can actually buy, a life they can actually live. Different question, different answer. That answer is going to be Naperville in the mid 600,000s. Same metro, same data, two completely different answers because they were two completely different questions. My name is Moses Bonilla. I help relocating families work exactly to do this in the western suburbs, and I'll tell every family the same thing. Both answers are right. They're right for different people. I'm going to walk you through the towns on that famous list and what makes each one genuinely worth considering, and then the Western Corridor. And by the end, you'll know exactly what side of this fence you belong on. And if comparing a dozen suburbs by schools, commute, and price sounds like a project you don't have time for, I put together a free relocation guide that goes through every detail. I'll tell you how to grab it right at the end, okay? Now let's get into the list. #1 in the country, Clarendon Hills. Village feel, a charming little downtown, and the BNSF Metro runs right through it, so getting to the loop is straightforward. Kids feed into Hinsdale Central High School, which is one of the most respected high schools in the state. If you work downtown Chicago and you want a small and quiet community, and you have the budget, around $800,000 for a typical home, then Clarendon Hills is a real answer. It earned the #1 spot 3 years running for a reason. Now, #7, Kildeer. Completely different character. Wooded, spacious, rural feel with big lots up in Lake County, and it feeds into Adlai Stevenson High School. Niche has actually ranked it the #1 high school district in the country. If what you want is space, nature, and what feels more like a private retreat than a suburb, and you work north or can work remotely, Kildeer is genuinely special. Also around 800,000, and one honest note, it is a real drive if your life or your work is west of the city. #9, Western Springs. BNSF Metro, close to the city, tree-lined streets, one of the most consistent commuter towns in the entire metro. The kind of suburb that has been the answer for downtown Chicago professionals for decades. The median here is in a different conversation. It's going to be around $1.2 to $1.3 million. This is the right town for the family with a strong downtown commute, the budget to match, and the desire to be as close to the city as possible while still being in a house. And then the North Shore cluster, Willamette and Kenilworth, both in the national top 10. These feed New Trier, one of the most famous high school districts in all of America. You get the lake, the North Shore lifestyle, and the name. Willamette median around 950,000. If you're at the top of the budget range and you want the iconic North Shore address, this is what that looks like. So look at what every one of these towns has in common. It's small, established, expensive, North Shore, or near West. That is the category the best suburb list is really ranking. And all of it is real. These are excellent communities. The question is whether that category matches what your family actually needs. Because there is a whole other set of towns that the same data validates, just through a different question. And if you're already leaning toward the Western Corridor after hearing that, text new home to 630-888-8221. We'll send you the relocation guide that maps the whole area out. Free, no pitch, I answer my own phone. Now this is where it gets good. Let's start with Naperville because you have to. 150,000 people, District 203, A+ schools, the Riverwalk, a downtown that is actually alive on a Tuesday night. This is not a small polished village. It is a full city built for families, and it functions like one. Multiple neighborhoods with completely different feels inside the same city, so you can find your pocket within it. The median's in the mid 600s. The same publication that gave Clarendon Hills the best suburb title gave Naperville the best city in America to raise a family and buy a house. 3 years running. The data is not subtle. Wheaton, right here in DuPage County, District 200, A+ schools, classic established suburb, strong downtown, and easy metro access. The character here is quieter and more traditional than Naperville. Steady, community first, a little smaller in scale. It's going to be in the mid 400s for a typical home. For the family that wants a A+ school and a genuine suburban feel without the size of a 150,000 person city, Wheaton is a serious conversation. Glen Ellen, right next to Wheaton and worth its own mention. Glenbard West High School feeds out of here. A+ rating and one of the most respected academic cultures in the state. Compact walkable downtown and a metro right in town as well. A little more intimate than Wheaton, and it's also a little more tight-knit. It's going to also be in the mid 400s. If the high school is a primary driver for your family, and for a lot of families it is, Glen Ellen belongs on your list. Now Geneva. Fox River running right through it, historic downtown with real independent shops and restaurants, not a strip mall, an actual walkable main street. District 304 is ranked the #1 district in all of Kane County, and it has its own metro station right in town, which matters if anyone is commuting downtown. For the family that wants a beautiful, livable Rivertown character with a top-rated district and a genuine downtown, Geneva is one of the strongest arguments in the entire metro, around the low 400s. And now let's talk about St. Charles. Right next door to Geneva on the Fox River, District 303, also A+, bigger energy than Geneva. More arts, more dining, more going on. The river is a focal point through the whole town, and the downtown has real character. One honest note though, no in-town metro stops, so you are driving to a nearby station if you commute downtown. For the family that wants a more active town center, feel along the river, and can work with a little commute flexibility, St. Charles is a strong answer. Also in the mid 400s. Quick note on Batavia. South along the Fox River, and the reason I mention it's because of new construction. There is a real builder activity there right now, and for the family that wants a brand new home, it belongs on your radar. And I'll be straight with you. The school ratings run a notch below Naperville and Geneva, so factor that into the decision honestly. But for the right buyer, it is worth knowing about. So how do you figure out which side of this you belong on? Well, here's 3 questions to ask. First, what does the commute look like? If someone is in the loop every single day and time is the constraint, the near west towns in the BNSF line have a real edge. Clarendon Hills, Western Springs, straightforward express downtown. Now, if you're working hybrid, remote, or west of the city, that equation flips, and the Western Corridor wins on almost every measure. Second, what does your kid's school experience actually look like day to day? Every town I named has strong schools, but A+ covers a range. Talk to parents who live there. Visit the buildings if you can. The rating is just a starting point, not the complete picture. Third, what kind of life do you want to walk out your front door into? Clarendon Hills is a tight-knit village of 8,000 people where you will know your neighbors in a year. Naperville is a city of 150,000 with a river walk and a dozen different neighborhoods inside of it. Geneva, a river town where the historic downtown is the center of everything. None of those is better or worse. They're just different. The right one is the one that matches how you actually want to live. Answer those three honestly, and you will have your town. Now, here is the honest bottom line. The Chicago suburbs are one of the best places in the country to raise a family, and the data backs that up, not just my opinion. Whether you end up in a small village on the BNSF line or a city that has been ranked number one in America 3 years running, you are making a good call. The work is figuring out which good call is the right one for your family. If you are seriously working through that decision and you want a head start, text a new home to 630-888-8221. I will send you the relocation guide that maps the Western Corridor out by schools, price, and commute, town by town. And if you want to actually talk it through, I answer my own phone. There's no pitch, no pressure. This is the conversation I have with relocating families, and I genuinely enjoy it. Now, the best suburb list and the best city list are answering two different questions. Know which one you're actually asking. Both sets of towns are excellent, and they're excellent for different people and different priorities. Commute, school experience, and the life you want to walk out into. Answer those three and you'll have your town. And if we haven't met, my name is Moses Bonilla, a realtor with EXP in the Naperville and Fox Valley area. I help families relocate in the western suburbs find the right town, not just the most popular one. Subscribe if that's you. And next week, I'm putting a Naperville and Geneva head-to-head for families narrowing between the two. I'll see you guys then.